So after sort of
Yes,
kind of
yeah.
discovering that maybe in all this television land you weren't going outside and you weren't doing things like that, you discovered equine therapy.
Yes, yes, changed my life.
And was that through the fact that there was a horse on Two Broke Girls?
Yes.
Rocky or
Rocky.
Chestnut or?
Chestnut was his
Okay.
his stage name on
Right.
the show, his character name.
Is that what introduced you to horses?
That really is. Scott, our amazing horse trainer on the show, I just started to notice that when the horse was on the show, I felt calmer and more grounded.
Really?
And I said something to the trainer. I was like, I'd really like to hang out with horses more. I'm just feeling, I was a kid who read Black Beauty and I loved Saddle Club and stuff like that, but my parents could have never afforded horseback riding in Virginia. And then actually Whitney Cummings had introduced me to a woman. She was like, look, if you love horses, you should try this woman who does this equine therapy, and you don't even have to ride, because I was still kind of scared of horses too. And I was like, I don't want to ride, I just want to be around them. And I started working with her and noticed right away a difference in my panic attacks, in my road rage, in just feeling overall so much calmer. And
you
then
didn't mention your road rage.
and that's a secret, Sam. We're getting really deep. I don't know how deep you want to go with the road rage, but it was a problem.
Really?
Really bad problem. But yeah, and my sister is a survivor of sexual assault, and when I started working with this incredible woman, I was like, this would be amazing for women survivors. I have to somehow do something where I can bring survivors of sexual assault and horses together, because the way that I felt empowered and the way that it changed my panic and anxiety, it actually makes me want to cry, how beautiful the relationship is. And so my sister and I are still, we did we raised enough money and did an amazing program where we brought 6 survivors of sexual assault to our amazing co-creator of She Heard Power, Cassandra Ogier. We brought them all up to Northern California, and we did our first program, and it was beautiful, and it was wonderful, and it felt like, also, I said I've always wanted to act my whole life, and that's my dream, but it also feels like now I have a new sort of purpose in bringing women and horses together.
Wow. I had no idea that was the origin of starting that charity, was that it happened so close to you and your family with your sister.
Yes, yes.
And why do you think that dovetails so well? What do you think it is about that therapy that connects with survivors?
Yeah, well, horses force you to live in the present, and they also force you to establish and hold firm with boundaries. One of the exercises Cassandra had done with one of the women was in a round pen, there was a circle, and the woman was extremely nervous about the horse coming into her space. And, she said, don't let the horse in until you feel ready. And she was shaking and I don't want it around me. And it's that's okay. And the horse stayed away. And, Cassandra had her breathe and feel her feet on the floor and sort of do we call it somatic reprogramming, where you're going back into your body. And as soon as she went back into her body, she felt calm enough to say, okay, I'm ready to let him in. And the horse, there was a circle she had drawn as a boundary, and he literally put both of his hooves just right on the circle until she was ready to let him in. And then the horse came to her, and it was just everyone was crying. It was the most beautiful moment of sort of coming back into your body, knowing that you are allowed to take up space, you're allowed to have a boundary, you're allowed to be who you are, and that's enough. Knowing that just you living the truth of what you're feeling in that moment is enough to communicate with this massive, scary animal and have a connection is, to me, as empowering as jumping off that comedy cliff in front of a live audience and feeling that flow state. I feel the same flow state when I see that happen.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm going to give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.